One of the questions I get asked a lot is whether you should be doing the whole opt-in, opt-out of special occasion emails. So Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, any of kind of the big occasions that might annoy or upset certain segments or people or contacts within your audience. And I'm going to show you an example of it done really well in case this is something that you've been thinking you should implement. And I am going to talk more about that. But I'm going to give you a bit of context first. So the example we're going to look at, the email we're going to look at is from Fortnum Mason. So I wanted to show you what their regular emails look like and talk about a bit more about their email marketing first to see why they might introduce an opt-in, opt-out kind of system and how they do it. So Fortnum Mason emails, they are always very consistent. They're always beautifully designed. Like I said, they always, and this is one of their kind of general newsletters that you get kind of weekly, the kind of what's new email, what's new in. And they all follow the same kind of template. So they're instantly recognizable. I know what I'm getting from them and I know how it looks. They're very trustworthy. So they start obviously with their logo. They then got a menu. I'm not a massive fan of the menu, but if it works, if they're getting clicks on it, then absolutely, they've got every reason for it to be there. Then they've got a reminder, just a really kind of clever little reminder at the top here of their winter sale that they have running at the moment. They use a lot of GIFs. You'll see another one further down, but they use their beautiful photography to create a GIF to show off all of the products that are new in. So they use a really big, nice headline, a few lines of copy, and a button, all in branding, kind of on colour. And then they've got a display of the products that are new in, so you can kind of click through to those. They don't include pricings or buttons, but they don't necessarily need to. Everybody kind of is aware of the Fortnum & Mason price point, so you kind of know what to expect when you click through. The reason I kind of particularly wanted to show this email is to kind of highlight that they're usually pretty image heavy, product heavy. They then have a bit further down, they used their kind of contrasting colours, other branding colours, just to add in more gifts and more information. So it might be that this product here particularly they want to pick out and highlight. Maybe they've got kind of a partnership with them on at the moment and they want to highlight that. This one here, they've got an event, and at the end of most of their kind of generally newsletters, they always have this kind of green bit with the white like popping out, which I think works really well. They're also really consistent with their footer, so they're really consistent with their social media buttons, their kind of icons they've got here, and their footer. And like I say, all of this must have a place if they're getting clicks, and I've got nothing to particularly pick up on this email. I just wanted to show you what their normal emails are like. So we can then compare it to the Valentine's message that I got. Well, not the Valentine's message, the opt-out. Now, the subject line for this email was a message from Fortnum's, which is quite it's quite indicative that it's not your usual newsletter. So usually they'll have something fun like new in or highlighting an event they have. A message from Fortnum's stood out from their usual subject style. And then the preview text was opt-out Valentine's emails. So it was quite clear that if you're someone who doesn't want to receive kind of Valentine's email marketing, that you would want to open this email and kind of see what it was about. And you can see here now why I wanted to show you kind of the comparison to their usual email. There are no images at all in this email. They've stripped it right back. They've taken out the menu at the top. They've kept the social media and the footer the same at the bottom. But essentially, this email isn't trying to sell me anything. It is just that message from them, that option to opt out. They've taken everything away. Should they be doing this? Now, again, I've swung over the years. Should you, shouldn't you let people opt out if you're going to send Valentine's emails? I was used to think that yes, absolutely you should, because it's, it shows that you're thinking about your audience. It gives them that respect. But over time, and as I've learned working with loads of different kind of businesses and different ways of doing email marketing, it depends on your business. Now, Fortnum Mason absolutely are doing the right thing here, because if you are subscribed to them, one of the things you will notice is that at those big events, they send a lot of emails. In the run up to Christmas, because it's probably their biggest time of year, with the hampers and things, I was getting emails pretty much every day from Fortnum Mason. They do emails well, so I was opening them. I didn't mind, it didn't feel like an influx. They do cut back a bit kind of during, after those busy periods, but it's quite clear that Valentine's Day is going to be another one of those big events for them. It's the kind of beautiful products that you'll gift, especially if your loved one is a foodie. So this message implies to me, okay, we're going to ramp up the emails again. What we'll do is give you the option to say you don't want to receive those emails. So I think it's really well thought through from that kind of point of view of, we know it's going to be a massive influx, and we also know that, and I quite like this pun here, Valentine's Day isn't everyone's cup of tea. Obviously they sell quite high-end tea and food products, so it was quite a nice kind of tie-in with the copy here. They keep it quite simple, and they also reassure you that you will still continue to get the other emails, so they're kind of events and kind of new product emails and offers and things. So it is just opt out Valentine's Day. It's really simple and to the point. So I will show you what it looks like when you click through. So we've clicked through and they've taken us to a landing page on their website. It almost doesn't feel like a transition because their emails are so well designed. It feels like I'm still kind of in that experience. There's no kind of, what am I doing over here? This isn't where I expected to be. It's a really smooth, beautiful transition. They confirm that I've opted out the emails, and again are reassuring me that I'll still receive their other emails. Now in the background of this, what is happening is they are tagging or marking my profile in some way so that I can then be segmented out of those emails. And all of this kind of process bit here, this clicking through to a landing page, the tagging, the segmenting, are all things that you might need to learn if you want to kind of have this opt-out strategy. And that can be quite overwhelming, especially if you're a smaller or solo business. Because make no mistake, Fortnum Mason will have a team behind this. They've probably got web and tech people. They will have marketing people. So a campaign for them like this is relatively easy to implement. I can and absolutely will teach you how to do the kind of the landing page, the tagging, the segmenting, and making that all work. But it's kind of taking into account, do you have that capacity to do this? That's something I always think about when businesses ask me if they should be doing this. If you don't, that doesn't mean that you suddenly have to go, well, I can't touch Valentine's at all. Maybe it just means that you change your messaging a bit. So instead of going hard on Valentine's Day, you turn it into kind of an occasion of love. So you're talking about gifting your loved ones, your friends, your family, anyone that you might appreciate in your life, rather than focusing on that gift for your partner. So there are absolutely ways to do it, but I hope that those things, kind of the frequency and the process and the setup side, are things you can think about. And if you decide to do it, this is a really good example that you can follow to implement your opt-out emails.